rise. The special proceeding of the Commonwealth Courts is now in session.
From the Superior Court, the Honorable Kenneth L. Govendo, Associate Judge, and the Honorable Roberto C. Naraha, Presiding Judge.
From the Supreme Court, the Honorable Perry B. Inos, Associate Justice, the Honorable Alexandru C. Costru, Chief Justice, and the Honorable John A. Manglona, Associate Justice. Chief Justice Costru, presiding.
Thank you, everybody. Please be seated. It's nice to see plenty people in the courtroom this morning. Half a day until Rami, everybody. Thank you, everyone, for gracing our ceremony this morning. Today is May 1st. Across the nation, today is Law Day. If a third grader asks me, what is Law Day? Perhaps I'll answer it this way. Law Day, May 1st, is that time of the year when we push the pause button in our lives and look where we've been, where we are today, and where we're going from here. And how do we get from yesterday to tomorrow? The mechanism, the rule of law. That's what keeps our community intact. Remember the old days when you watch the USSR lining on the street with the soldiers and the tanks? Those are the old movies. And then the United States did not respond with a tank and a gun and soldiers. Dwight D. Eisenhower responded by marking Law Day, May 1st, as a time to reflect on the rule of law, because rule of law is the beacon of a civilized society. Rule of law is the beacon for the United States government. On April 1st this year, the Judiciary of Guam and the Judiciary of the CNMI combined looked at our leaders and we basically said, let's do a virtual proclamation signing ceremony across the Mariana Island District. Remember the Mariana Island District? That is a term from the Trust Territory era. The Mariana Islands is basically comprised of students. How many islands? 14, and that starts from Guam, Rita, Agrigan, Deleon, Saitan, all the way when they ran out of the names. I think they ran out because one of the islands north of us, they just call it Mauk. M-A-U-G. If you take that word in reverse, that's Guam. So I think the end of the chain is Farallon de Pazaros, right? Closest one to Japan. Before the so-called civilization reached our shores, Guam, Saipan, Tinian, Northern Islands, Rhoda, we were intact. So what happened? Guam first in 1950 became a United States territory. They were U.S. citizens. They enjoyed the fruits of being a U.S. citizen. So guess what happened in the Mariana Islands? Northern Mariana Islands. We wanted to join. We wanted to benefit also. We wanted those privileges. So our people went through a referendum and they all said, we want to join Guam. USA, Guam, USA. Thus in 1969, the people of Guam had the chance to vote also. They put it before the people of Guam, and at that time, the people of Guam at the time said, no way, Jose. And I think there were two good reasons that they said no to make the Northern Mariana Islands part of Guam, putting together one Marianas. Number one, there were spies, Chamorro spies from the Northern Mariana Islands going to Guam, and they were giving strategic locations of where the offices were at the time. But I think the more plausible reason was that Guam was preparing to exercise their right to self-government. They were electing the following year their first governor of Guam. That was Governor Camacho. So who cares about letting the rest of the Mariana Island District? They were concentrating more on making sure that they exercise their right to internal self-government. So since then, 1969, the Mariana Island District, we looked at the other districts in Micronesia, and from the halls of Congress in the Yaguma, I forgot the name of the show, 500 cells out here. We had the legislature at that time, and then the legislature moved up to Capitol Hill, but around that time, the Mariana Island people kept asking the United Nations, we want to secede from the trust territory, and when we want to become a United States Commonwealth. There were resolutions passed that went all the way to the United Nations, and then by the time it got to the United Nations, I look at it as a Trojan horse approach on the political fates of Micronesia. Mariana Islands want to be U.S. citizens. The rest of Micronesia want it more like an independent nation or a republic. So lo and behold, at the end of the day, we have the United States Commonwealth for CNMI, then we have the Republic of Palau and Republic of the Marshall Islands, and then we have the Federated States of Micronesia, all split up into different categories, different political status. So today, I believe that the people of the Northern Mariana Islands had a better deal. And I say that with confidence because we are a United States Commonwealth, self-governing Commonwealth. We have our own constitution. We have our own elected leaders. We run our own government. But when it comes to the outside the CNMI, we cannot establish an embassy in Tokyo, for example, or anywhere, because that belongs to the United States government. And then also we cannot have our own armed forces. We have to go to the ROTC, and then we have the programs that deals with joining the United States military. So if we sit back and look back, really, the rule of law has kept us together. Even though we go in different directions, for the CNMI, the rule of law is intact. And I am very happy to be living in a place where the rule of law exists. So the governor of Guam, the governor of the CNMI, the Chief Justice of Guam, the Chief Justice of the CNMI, and our judicial colleagues, we all came together and proclaimed May 1st and the rest of it as low week, low month. And we sent out letters to all the schools. And that's why we have these students up here. Sidus Maasi, thank you. These are the winners of the essay and the poster contest. And then on the other side of the table, talking about the rule of law, every time you're gonna come into court and address the court, where a lot of people now are seated there behind this swinging door, the gallery, and then the swinging door inside the gallery. When you go to law school, you pass an exam, and then you or sometimes call it admitted to the bar. Not the bar where you drink alcohol. The bar they were talking about is that gate. If you're admitted to the bar, you're admitted to go beyond that door, and you can address the court and represent an individual who may have problem with the law. The court can allow somebody from the gallery, I call it, back there, to address the court if the judge wants to. But other than that, we are happy to have two lawyers with us. This morning we have a lawyer that went to school, and after school they took the bar examination, passed the bar, and today we are going to admit her in the Commonwealth Bar Association. Also, I am happy to have the limited admission attorney, Mr. Bradley, here. He's been a lawyer for a long time, but then He came in as a prosecutor for our Regis office, and now I'm working for our legislative branch, advising our lawmakers on the rule of law. So there we are in general. That's why I said I'm happy to be living in a place where the rule of law still governs. Because if you look at the Russian Constitution, it's a nice document. You read it, they think they're following it. Personally, I don't think they're following their own constitution. Us here, we follow our constitution. We follow the rule of law. With that introduction, I now call upon our president of the NMI Bar to please present our candidate for this morning. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good morning, everybody. I just have a few short remarks before we introduce our first successful applicant. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the Bar Association, what we are, our pro bono work, and some of the community outreach that we do. So we are the CNMI Bar Association. Membership in our Bar Association is required when you become an attorney in the CNMI. We currently have approximately 92 active attorneys, 50 of which are private. And attorneys in the CNMI Bar Association, we follow the model rules of professional conduct. And one of those rules is that we aspire to provide 50 hours of pro bono legal services per year. And what that looks like is either providing free legal services or substantially reduced fees to organizations or to persons of limited means. And we also participate in activities to improve the legal profession, the law, and the legal system. The Bar also collaborates and contributes to community outreach events. We have 2 events that we participate regularly in, one of which is the AG Cup, which takes place on May 5 this year. And we also make a contribution to mock trial. I hope all of our students become involved in mock trial because it's a great program. We make a financial contribution, and our members also participate as judges and jurors and as coaches to the students. Other events that we take part in is the pre-law program, which is a outreach event aimed at connecting local law students in the CNMI to a pathway to the legal profession. And we also collaborate in other events that don't come up as often. Most recently with the U.S. District Court, we collaborated with them for Women's History Month, and we provided a networking and learning event which was aimed at connecting the community with women in the legal profession. So now that you know a little bit about the Bar Association, Your Honors, it is my great honor to present Isa Josephine Bordallo Baza to the official roll of attorneys as a successful applicant who passed the CNMI bar exam.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm going to ask our candidate to go ahead and proceed to this part of the raise your right hand. I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution and laws of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, the covenant to establish a Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands in political union with the United States of America, and that I will faithfully and honestly discharge my duties as an attorney and counselor of an officer of the courts, and I will conduct myself with dignity and civility and show respect toward judges, court staff, clients, fellow professionals, and other persons, to the best of my ability. So help me God. Go ahead, ma'am, assign the roll. She's signing now what we call a roll of attorneys admitted to practice, and also, okay, so go ahead. I'm going to ask the judges to stand up and come up, and we want to congratulate you.
While Ms. Baza shakes hands with the bench, Ms. Baza received her Juris Doctorate from Mitchell Hamlin School of Law and a Bachelor of Arts from the University of Miami. She currently practices in Guam at the law firm of Blair, Sterling, Johnson, and Martinez.
Thank you, ma'am. And I think you know already what's going to happen next. It's not in the agenda, it's not in the program. So this is your first time to address the court and everybody, because please proceed to the podium and say a few words to the bench and the people here. May I respectfully ask for just to, so that we can hear the words clearly. Thank you, ma'am. Go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. I apologize, my voice is a little off. I woke up with a slight cold this morning. But I want to start out by saying congratulations to our student leaders who are here today. I saw you're being recognized on the agenda. And John here next to me started out by saying, you guys are the real stars of today's ceremony. So congratulations once again. And I just want to thank also my boyfriend, Chris Duenas, who flew here from Guam to be here with me today. And I just want to say that I'm very humbled and honored to become a part of the CNMI Bar Association. And I look forward to working with everyone here. Thank you.
All right, before we introduce our next applicant is being admitted pursuant to the rules for limited admission. An attorney is allowed to be temporarily admitted to the CNMI bar and to practice law here if they are otherwise licensed in a U.S. state or other territory, if they're in good standing, and if they've graduated from a law school which is ABA accredited or otherwise accredited and approved by the CNMI Supreme Court. Previously, the role of limited admission was limited to 4 years, but recently our CNMI Supreme Court extended that to 8 years. And so with that, Your Honors, I present to you John Martin Bradley for limited admission.
I think your oath also is over there. The clerk, does she have to sign the roll? Yes, the Senator, go ahead, maybe stand over there. Raise your right hand first. I do solemnly swear
I do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands,
of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands,
the covenant to establish
the covenant to establish
a Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands,
a covenant of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands,
in political union
in political union
with the United States of America,
with the United States of America,
the applicable provisions
the applicable provisions
of the Constitution,
of the Constitution,
laws and treaties
laws and treaties
of the United States of America,
of the United States of America,
and that I will faithfully
and that I will faithfully
and honestly discharge
and honestly discharge
my duties
my duties
as an attorney and counselor
as an attorney and counselor
in the courts of the Commonwealth,
in the courts of the Commonwealth,
and in my capacity
and in my capacity
as an attorney and officer of the court,
as an attorney and officer of the court,
I will conduct myself
I will conduct myself
with dignity and civility
with dignity and civility,
and show respect
and show respect
to our judges,
to our judges,
court staff,
court staff,
clients,
clients,
fellow professionals,
fellow professionals,
and other persons
and other persons
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead, sign. And I'm going to ask the judges again.
So as Mr. Bradley, he signs the oath of office, and then he'll proceed also to shake hands with the bench. A little bit about Mr. Bradley. He is the first government attorney granted an extended limited admission pursuant to Supreme Court Rule 73-2. He is currently employed with the legislature.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, thank you. Good speech.
Thank you, Mr. Bradley. I'm going to respectfully also ask that you go to the podium and say a few words for our new attorney, all the attorneys out there, and everybody in the courtroom, especially the bench. Thank you, sir.
Well, thank you, Your Honors. It is it is a happy day to be here. As you mentioned before, I came to the Northern Mariana Islands to work as a prosecutor, as the chief prosecutor for the Attorney General's office. After 2 years, I needed to go home to help care for my elderly parents, and I've returned from that, and am now working with the legislature. I am delighted that the court saw fit to extend the rules so that experienced lawyers who come to the Northern Mariana Islands can continue to contribute for as many as 8 years before taking the bar. I hope that that results in additional experience and longevity with lawyers to help in the rule of law here. I hope that the one person who's watching here today is back at home. I have a 3-year-old granddaughter, Marlo, and I'm sure she's watching, and I hope that she says and is waving and saying hello. She loves to watch the TV these days. But thank you for allowing me to be here.
Congratulations, Ms. Baza and Mr. Bradley. This concludes the bar admission portion of today's ceremony. Justice Inos will now give the opening remarks for the Law Day poster and essay award presentation.
Thank you, Mr. Clerk. Every year on May 1st, Law Day is celebrated across the nation, and the American Bar Association selects a theme, and this year's theme is prefaced with, "As we face a country divided over many issues, the American Bar Association encourages the legal profession to lead the way in promoting civics, civility, and collaboration, the cornerstones of our democracy, to restore confidence in our democratic institutions and the judicial system, and to protect the rule of law." Earlier this year, we took the theme and gave them to the elementary school students to visually and artistically convey the message in poster drawings. We also gave the same theme to the junior high school students for their written depiction of the theme this year. 67 poster contestants and 14 essay contestants were submitted, and we reviewed them. And now Presiding Judge Naraha will call on the winners for the poster contest.
Thank you, Justice Inos. Logan Propst, please stand up.
Will the parents of Logan please come forward and accompany Logan to the bench to receive his award?
Propst, congratulations on receiving the Superior Court Award for the poster contest.
Logan is a fourth grade student at Mount Carmel School. His use of the wheel found in the pendulum clock to symbolize collaboration was unique and original. As the recipient of the Superior Court Award, Logan will receive a Judiciary pin, a certificate of recognition, and $50 cash.
Logan, this is the certificate. Congratulations. And here's your award, please. Congratulations.
There's lunch money there.
Yeah, congratulations. This one is to the year.
So what is this?
See, when I said the posting was painting, I said, wait, we have to give her more than you might as well take it. Wait, this is it. Thank you.
So after this. Vincent Rios, please stand up. Parents? No.
Will the parents of Vincent please come forward and accompany him to the bench to receive his award?
Okay, Vincent Rios, congratulations on receiving the Associate Judge Award.
Vincent is fourth grade Blue Martin at Kagman Elementary School. He depicted each cornerstone of democracy in the Latin stone, effectively emphasizing the collaborative relationship between the Commonwealth and the United States. As a recipient of the Associate Judge Award, Vincent will receive a Judiciary pin, a certificate of recognition, and $75 cash.
Don't go, not yet, go. Here, come closer to the middle.
Okay, so here, 1, 2, 3, one more, 1, 2, 3. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Jake Peter Deleon Guerrero, please stand up.
Will the parents of Jake Peter please come forward and accompany him to the bench to receive his award?
Okay, Jake Peter Deleon Guerrero, congratulations on receiving the Presiding Judge Award.
Jake is a fourth grade student at Mount Carmel School. His poster was selected as first place because it best conveyed the theme artistically, using symbols to portray civics, civility, and collaboration. He used puzzle pieces to unite civics, a joint effort to draw the future by individuals identified with different colors, and a handshake before a monument with historical significance of our democracy. As a recipient of the highest poster contest award, Jake will receive the Judiciary pin, a certificate of recognition, and $100 cash.
You have to come back for the picture.
Congratulations to our 3 poster winners. I now call upon Justice Inos to present the essay winners with their awards.
For the Supreme Court Award, I call on Mary Audrey S. Banzio. Congratulations.
Will the parents of Mary please come forward and accompany her to the bench to receive her award? Mary is a 7th grade student at Dandan Middle School. Her essay discusses elements of civility, which includes empathy and respect. For the Supreme Court Award, Mary will receive a Judiciary pin, a certificate of recognition, and $50.
Now we're going to sit back and read and listen to the reading of the essay. Mary, please go to the podium and read your essay.
Cornerstones of democracy, civics, civility, and collaboration. Law Day is celebrated every May 1st to commemorate the role of law in our society and to develop an understanding of it. Without laws and democracy, we wouldn't be here today enjoying our freedoms and rights. Civics, civility, and democracy are the cornerstones of democracy. In the early days, men had more rights than women. Because of law, equality exists, with both men and women enjoying equal rights and freedoms. Our laws impact how we live and how society changes. Civics is the study of the rights and duties of citizenship. Saipan is part of the Commonwealth of the Northern Marianas Islands. Citizens are encouraged to take part in citizenship by contributing to develop their community. Democracy, the system of government, is linked to citizenship. The federal government consists of 3 branches: legislative, executive, and judicial. The legislative branch makes the law, the executive branch carries the law, and the judicial branch interprets the law. Citizens participate in democracy by voting for leaders to represent them and their ideas. Furthermore, democracy helps the citizens build good qualities like independent thinking. Therefore, civics and democracy play an important role in everyone's lives. There are 4 major elements of civility: politeness and manners, civic responsibility, empathy, and respect. Being polite and having manners means being considerate about how others feel. Civic responsibility is to partake in the public life of a community. Following the laws bring caution to citizens to avoid negative repercussions. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. Respect is accepting someone for who they are despite them being different. We should all respect others just the way we want to be treated because we are all equal in the eyes of law. Most importantly, civility teaches us to recognize others as free and equal members of society. Collaboration is another pillar of democracy. Through teamwork, great things can be done. When everybody comes together, work becomes smoother and tasks can be achieved quicker. This promotes healthy relationships as people work in harmony. The varied thoughts, ideas, and opinions create good visions for the future too. Furthermore, collaboration gets things done. In summary, law unites every citizen, showing that we are all the same by giving us the same rights and freedoms. Because of working together, we can learn how to contribute ourselves to help improve the government. We citizens matter and our votes too. Participating in civic responsibilities keep the government well-rounded. Most importantly, federal laws protect us from bad repercussions to stay safe. The title We the People shows the power of the people and the foundation on which the entire Constitution depends. Saipan is one of the islands that make up Sinamay. As a student, I relate to all of these by analyzing how I can do my civic duties and how important civics can affect my life. Civics, civility, and collaboration are indeed the cornerstones of democracy. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. The Associate Justice Award goes to Alina, Salas. Please
Will
come
the
up
parents,
and receive your certificate.
will the parents of Alina please come forward and accompany her to the bench to receive her award? Alina is an 8th grade student, also from Dandan Middle School. Her essay incorporated the theme with examples of how students can exercise their civic duties. For the Supreme Court Award, Alina will receive a Judiciary pin, a certificate of recognition, and $75.
Now Alina will read out her essay.
The cornerstones of democracy, civics, civility, and collaboration. Democracy is an important pillar of society. It is a system of government where citizens elect its leaders. Governments, therefore, depends on the people's will. Democracy is not an independent system, but a set of helping hands. The cornerstones of democracy are civics, civility, and collaboration. Civics is founded on the rights and responsibilities of citizens. The goal of civics is to educate citizens about the responsibilities and functions of government. One important civic duty is civic participation. Volunteering in beach cleanups and engaging community group activities are examples of civic participation. Participating in these activities benefits our society and builds a stronger connection between us, citizens, and our community. On March 4, 2023, Dandan Middle School students and teachers conducted a beach cleanup on Obzon Beach. This led to our school gaining more influence and building new connections with the community. As a student, I believe that it is important to learn about the different branches of government, the varied roles of government, our rights and responsibilities as citizens, and how knowing these rights affect us. The youth of today will one day be eligible to exercise the important civic duty of voting for leaders that will represent our jurisdiction. Choosing a leader allows us to allows us the chance to change our everyday lives. Civility is treating all other citizens with respect even though we come from different backgrounds and cultures. Through civility, we learn to build and improve a better community for ourselves and others. Article 8 of the CNMI Constitution talks about how elections operate and its rules and regulations. Section 3 of Article 8 states that during elections, treating others with respect is a rule. This is an example of how the CNMI implements civility in our community. Therefore, it is important as citizens to accept the people of our community to shape a perfect mode of civility regardless of our diversity. Collaboration is working together to achieve common goals for the betterment of society. This is a key part that unlocks the door to accomplish the objectives and ambitions of the citizens of our community. In school, we have group projects which require everyone to put their best effort to get the best possible grade. If one person lacks the power to do so, it decreases the chances of the group to pass. This is why through collaborative effort, people must come together and contribute to our community, because we need to work as a whole in order to succeed in achieving our common goals. So how do these all connect to the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands? The CNMI is a part of a large system of governments under the United States of America. In order to have a strong democracy that supports the relationship between the United States of America and Commonwealth of Northern Mariana Islands, we need to have strong pillars. Civics, civility, and collaboration are the cornerstones of our democracy. Thank you.
Thank you, Alina. Thank you. The recipient of this year's highest essay award, the Chief Justice Award, was presented to Kylee Dee'ara Manglona on April 21st at the proclamation signing ceremony in Rota. At the ceremony, she read her essay, and we are able to watch it today. Please play the video. Keep your attention on the monitor, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kylee. I am in 8th grade and I attend art. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Kylee. I am in 8th grade and I attend art track. I will be reading my essay that I wrote for the Lade essay competition. And to start off with the topic, it's cornerstones of democracy, civic, civility, and collaboration. Life would be chaotic if there were no constitutions, government, and laws. The federal and state constitutions and laws that stem from these constitutions were created to provide stability and peace in society. The founding fathers of our Constitution envisioned a society where its citizens enjoyed certain fundamental rights such as the freedom of religion and expression and privacy, while instituting certain civil responsibilities so that the citizens who enjoy these rights and privileges are also expected to be productive and contributing members of society. Citizens are expected to uphold their civic duties and responsibilities set forth by their jurisdiction. In return, the state will provide its citizens with protection and security. Civics, civility, and collaboration are the cornerstones of democracy. A citizen of the state has the civic responsibility to abide by the laws of his or her jurisdiction. The state provides a framework for individuals to fulfill their duties and responsibilities. Citizens are expected to abide by the conditions of their state. However, they are also given privileges and rights. Citizens gain a sense of belonging in communities as well as protection and security. Civility is the way in which citizens carry themselves in a responsible manner. Individuals have the power to positively impact society by becoming ethical agents and being proactive in creating the best quality of life for themselves, their family, and their communities. Civility is the glue that holds society together, as one's actions has the ability to influence another's actions. This is important because civility plays a crucial role in an orderly society. In order to have a well-ordered society, effective collaboration is needed. The organs in our bodies each have a part to play in order to keep us alive. The same can be said for democracy. The government, organizations, citizens, and other stakeholders each have their own responsibilities in society. Collaboration. Through collaboration, we can create a society that is peaceful, orderly, and effective. For this reason and many others, it is important to actively participate in the transformation of our society. Civics, civility, and collaboration are the main focus of democracy. Citizens share the responsibility of conducting themselves in the way that fulfills the expectations of the state. The state also has the responsibility of serving its people and protecting their rights. A combined effort between society and citizens will ultimately lead to a successful and efficient society.
Students and parents, please remain in the courtroom for a few minutes for photos. Refreshments are available in the foyer, courtesy of the CNMI Bar Association. This concludes our Law Day ceremony. All rise. The special proceedings of the Commonwealth Courts is now adjourned. Thank you. Teacher.